Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. And down goes Sanchez.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sequence. I'm your host, Trevor Plouffe, and today we're going to try to save someone's career. Now, that person we're talking about is the Kraken, Gary Sanchez, Silver Slugger, two-time All-Star, fastest to 10 homers, I think. Definitely fastest AL player ever to 100 homers. There's so much talent in this guy. And after a bad 2020 season, so many Yankee fans are willing to write him off. And I know, listen, I get it. There's some things he needs to work on defensively as well. I get that. We're going to be talking strictly offense here on Sequence. I went and looked through the numbers. You know, he comes out like gangbusters early on in his career and has really been doing it ever since. 2020 has really been his first bad year where he didn't have injuries plaguing him. I think 2018 was another year where he didn't have great numbers, but he injured his groin, had a calf injury, so you kind of got to say, forget about it. 2020 is when things really started to come to a head. He's striking out more than ever. You know, he's having issues with the pass balls again, and then eventually the Yankees make the playoffs. He's not catching Garrett Cole and loses playoff playing time. In the playoffs in 2020, he got 8 at-bats, struck out 4 of them, only had 1 hit, and really just didn't see the field that much. So I think the Yankees are so much better with Gary in the lineup. I wanted to take a look at his swing and see. Let's find some things to help Gary out and return to that Silver Slugger level. And as I was going through the video, I'm pretty sure I found some stuff. So I want to help him out. Let's see if me and you, the audience of Sequence, let's talk about it a little bit, help Gary out. Before we help him out, let us help you out and show you what kind of deals we got for you right here. It's not quite time for the madness that is college basketball in March, but that doesn't mean the fun has to wait. DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is giving all new players the chance to cash $100. New customers, you can bet $1 on any team to hit a three-pointer in any basketball game this week. And if your team makes it rain, you cash $100. Sounds like a pretty good deal to me. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code Jomboy to get your shot to turn $1 into $100 when you bet on any team to hit a three-pointer in any basketball game this week. That's promo code Jomboy for new customers to get a shot at 100-to-1 odds on any basketball team to hit a three-point shot. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, Michigan, or Virginia only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. Winnings paid out in 4 $25 free bets. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, or in Indiana, 1-800-9-WITH-IT, or in Virginia, call 888-532-3500. See ya. Gary. Here we are. It's August 30th, 2020. I don't even know how I stumbled upon this about. I was just looking at his swing, finding at-bats, finding some highlights. And as I watched this, something clicked, pretty easily for me as I saw kind of what he was doing. And I think you'll be able to see it too. And then we can talk about how to fix it. Get this to Gary so he's on his way back to superstardom, can help the Yankees try to win that elusive World Series championship in 2021. I know you guys, some of you guys would like this. Some of you guys might end up hating me after I fix Gary here. So let's get into the at-bat. Bases loaded, 1 out. All you got to do is put the barrel on the ball, Gary. That's all you got to do. Start it up. We don't even need to look at this first pitch, actually. I remember it's a ball straight out of his hand, slider down the way. Blah, blah, blah. Gary knows now a heater is coming. And that's a great feeling as a hitter. First pitch, down in the way, slider for a ball. You know this heater's coming. Here it is. And he's just late on it. Anybody can see that. If you watch baseball at all, you're like, damn, Gary was late on that. Why are you late on that, Gary? It's cheese, but you know it's coming. You look here. Just doesn't give himself any time at all. I mean, he's extremely late right there. Okay, no big deal. You're coming off the bench. I get it. Let's not worry too much about it. It's one pitch. It's another uncompetitive pitch right here. Awesome. Awesome for Gary again. 2-1 now. You can sit dead red again. If he hangs you a slider, you can still put the barrel on it, but you're sitting heater only here. Here it is again. This is where I started to get concerned. You can do it once coming off the bench, but when you get another pitch like that, you just can't miss it. So I was like, okay, what's going on here? Let's go back. Let's go back to that pitch right here. Okay. Gary is a leg lift guy. He's got a big gather, kind of got a lot of moving parts to his swing, but they work in unison and they work well together. He develops a lot of power because he gets that big coil, hands down, back up, getting what they call the rubber band effect. Gary does that extremely well. That's where a lot of his power comes from. Sure, he's a big boy, but mechanically he's very sound in that where he can develop power, doing that, getting that coil, getting that rubber band effect. The problem with the big leg lift is it's very hard to stay consistent with your timing. And you have to have some sort of recognition phase. And recognition phase is, exactly what it sounds like. When you see the ball, can you recognize where it is, what kind of pitch it is, if you need to swing at it? And it happens like that. You have to be able to make all those decisions in, a split second. So for Gary, right now he's just not giving himself that recognition phase. He's not giving himself enough time. So I was looking like, where did you start? When did you start? And let me see the top of your leg kick. That's what I started to look at. So right there, that's the top of his leg kick. Okay, so pitcher's already coming towards him. That's the top of his leg kick. Now, where was he in years past? Was it the same? This is the stuff that I'd be talking to him about in the video room if I was his teammate. Let's go back and look at when you were good. Those are the swings you can go back on, have them in your mind, say, this is when I was good. Let's go look at them. So I found some from 2019. Top of his leg lift. You guys ready? Look at the difference in the pitcher. Look where his arm is compared to right here. This guy's coming at you. This guy's still getting ready. Another one. Still getting ready to throw. Not coming at you yet. Top of the leg lift. Another one. Do you guys see it? I mean, it's apparent. Boom. That's the top. That's the top. That's the top. And now here we are with Gary in 2020, and the guy's coming at him, and that's when you get blown up like that. So honestly, it's an easiest fix is just starting a little earlier, getting to that recognition phase faster. Now, lucky for Gary, and for all you viewers, I think it's good too, this has a happy ending right here. Gary's seen that heater twice now. He doesn't really make the adjustment that I want him to make, but that's okay because you don't have to. Sometimes you just got to be a ball player and make it work, and this is what Gary does here. On the third fastball, he sees, bam. Now you're like, dude, did he get to his leg? Did he get to his leg lift early enough? I went back and looked, and it's a little bit disappointing for me that he didn't, but he's just that good of a hitter. Let's see. That he didn't have to. He made the adjustment on his own. So there's the top right there. Still coming at you. He's still late with it, but like I said, you see the heater 3 times in a row. He's not going to miss it. So he hits the homer. We can watch it, and we'll talk and finish this video. Hits the homer, does it. But as you guys saw, I mean, he's just got to get started a little bit earlier. Gary, you see this, man. Get the gather up a little earlier. You should be starting that when he's breaking his hands. That way you have a consistent point to start for every single pitcher. So when he's starting his hands, let's get the gather going. And then in your video, make sure your peak of your leg lift is getting there soon enough. You don't want to have your peak of your leg lift when the guy's coming at you. As we saw in those videos in 2019, everything, the peak was when the pitcher's arm was down. And in 2020, pitcher's arm was up. And I know, look, dude, it's not that big of a time difference, but in baseball and hitting, that split second means everything. So it could be as simple as that. Take that into the cage, practice on a high velo machine, go standing on bullpens, whatever you got to do. But to me, it's a simple fix, and I think it can get you back. You're not going to be striking out a ton because you're going to have that recognition phase. And I love watching your swing. Gosh, I'm out of my peripheral here. I'm watching this, and it's amazing. Start a little earlier. Make sure at the peak of your leg lift, pitcher's arm is still down. It's as simple as that, man. Hope you take this. Hope you see this and make the adjustment, man, because we love when you're in the Yankees lineup doing it. That's it for us today. Thanks for sticking with us. We'll be back next week with another great episode. Peace.